the act as command is basically the first starting point of every conversation. This is where we give ChatGPT its identity for today, for the coming days of working on this specific problem. An example would be act as a marketer. And here it already adopts this specific identity, and it has this habit of already generating very specific, sometimes out of context answers to show its abilities as a marketer in this case. Act as a marketer is kind of a very short, general idea. I like to make it much more precise, longer. For example, act as a marketer with deep background in performance marketing, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Google ads, email marketing, with 15 plus years of experience in a fast-paced startup growth VC field, and maybe teach him a bit about some stuff or whatever you're trying to go to, right? Because again, you need to have a vision, you have a clear goal, and you should kind of look as this first command as what is the ultimate perfect employee that you would give this this task to. And whatever would be the perfect person for this task to handle, you just make ChatGPT that person. So if you want to write an ad, be a marketer with 15 years of experience in running ads, the specific industry, the specific background. Is it an e-com business? Is it a software? Is it an online course? Is it a personal brand? Is it a coaching? What are the main channels and all that stuff? This is the first command. And what I'm going to give you here, this is actually the first little puzzle piece of a big comprehensive briefing template that I always use at every start of a conversation. Act as is one piece of that. As you can remember from one of the first videos here, we need to feed and prime ChatGPT all that stuff. And it needs to be primed always when you start working with ChatGPT in a new conversation. And sometimes conversations get old and you have like 1-2 days delay in your work, and then ChatGPT has lost that priming because it has lost that information. So it needs to be reprimed. So what we need to craft is, if you have an agency, you need to basically craft that for every client. If you are a startup founder with just one business, it needs to be primed once for your specific business or brand. So each project, each brand business project needs one own briefing. And this briefing is always the start of every new conversation, which makes it so much more easy to just copy paste the whole briefing with all the background information about your business. What are the goals? What are the information about your business? In what style format should this whole thing be? What are ChatGPT's goals for this specific conversation? And to just copy paste that whole priming into every new conversation drastically improves the workflow and improves the final idea and the final output, because it's always the congruent and it's always the same priming, which is really, really good. If you use ChatGPT for work within that business case, if you change business cases, or if the business case or the product or the brand drastically changes, then you might change the briefing template. And it's very important that this briefing template holds every important information as a starting foundation. Of course, you can over the course of the conversation, it gets even more intelligent and it primes itself even more because it gets more context and more data points by just working with it. But the starting point is always super, super helpful if you just have a copy-paste template to prime it onto your specific business case. And Act As is just one puzzle piece of it. I'm going to cover the other puzzle pieces in the next 4 to 5 videos.